All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Don't Know Ball podcast. My name is Isaac Isringhausen, and today I'm joined by three close friends, Josh Coloni, Lucas Dalton, and Caleb Woods. How are we doing, guys?
I hit my knee on the table right as you started, and it hurts so bad.
It's opening day eve.
Yes.
It is opening day eve. One of my favorite holidays. Definitely a great time of the year.
It's my Christmas tomorrow.
I'm actually kind of curious. What are your guys' some of your guys' favorite days in the baseball season?
Baseball calendar or baseball season?
Baseball season.
I
got like three in my mind.
The trade deadline is one of my favorite days.
Yes.
I love the trade deadline.
I know my least favorite days. The 2 days after the All-Star break when there's no baseball.
Yeah.
There's no sports. There's one day where there's no sports.
Hot take, the All-Star game's kind of up there too. I don't really care. It's boring. The home run derby's fantastic.
I was going to say the home run derby
Love
and Jackie Robinson Day are like two of my favorite days.
Ooh, Jackie Robinson Day is
That's a
cool.
good
I like the Lou Gehrig Day that they do now too.
Yeah. Robert.
The ALS.
Fun fact, Lou Gehrig was a member of my fraternity.
Oh.
He was a member of Phi Delta Theta when he attended Columbia.
Wow.
We've already had two postponements for opening day tomorrow.
Have you really?
What is
The
it?
Brewers and the Mets and the Braves and the Phillies got pushed off.
For
For what?
I'm assuming rain, which fucking opening day, you gotta wait.
Wait, the Brewers?
Yeah, and they're in New York.
Okay, I was getting ready to say
they
like,
got
Because they were
remember when they had a rain delay in a room or a stadium that has a dome?
Yeah, because they
Arizona's
didn't-
game the other day got rained out. They played in Chase Field to end spring training, got rained out because the roof was leaking. Like that can't happen.
How does that even?
How do you allow that to happen?
So I was gonna watch the Brewers. They started at noon. Okay,
The Brewers are going to be so bad this
that's
year.
why I wanted to
They don't
watch.
have Devin Williams either. Is Jacob Mizorowski going to be called up or whatever the hell his name
He
is?
should be.
I keep seeing people like pick them as their favorites to win the Central. I'm like, why?
The Brewers?
Yeah, I've
No
seen
way.
like two. God dang, I'm blanking on his name, but you're an 80 tree if you guys know him on YouTube.
Yeah.
very.
Love him.
He's funny.
Yeah,
I
he's
like him.
very hilarious, but that's who he has winning the Central is the Brewers. I'm like, why?
That makes no sense.
They won't have Brandon
like-
Woodruff. Like their offense only has two guys with actually three: Adames, Reese Hoskins, and Contreras. But like
They got
outside of
Yelich.
that-
They got
really-
Yelich.
I mean, he's good, but he's not like a needle mover. Here's
Here's the thing. Hoskins and Adamas are going to be traded before this year ends.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that'll happen too. I can see that happening too.
William
they put one of their
Contreras is gonna be
outfielders at
stuck.
third base. Like they're struggling. They're piecing together an offense any way they can.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good.
And apparently a lot of people think the Padres are going to make we can talk about the Diamondbacks in a little bit with Monty,
I
but
like that.
I think the Diamondbacks are you got to give, I guess we can talk about it right now. You got to give props to them because they're trying. They made the World Series last year, and nobody thought they were going to make the World Series. Nobody even thought they were a playoff team, and they made the World Series. They went out and got better. Now, Erod's not going to be there to start the season.
And I think that's why they signed Montgomery. That must be a longer term than they're
which
letting
sucks. But if Erod's there for the playoffs, if they make it there,
That's
you
a
have
nasty-
if they say they make the wild card, which they have
Gallen,
to. 'Cause
Kelly, Rodriguez, Montgomery. That's nasty.
yeah, if you make the wild card series, which they're going to have to because the Dodgers are going to win the
Win
division
easily.
But your 3-game series is Gallen, Monty, and Erod. That's insane.
That's a dangerous.
With
That's
Kelly-
a dangerous pitching lineup.
I mean,
to
Kelly's
have
not bad either.
rotation after
no,
game.
yeah, Merrill Kelly is good.
Yeah, you could throw him. That's
Who's their 5?
Fought.
Oh yeah,
And then they have like a bunch of decent like mid-level guys that come
and
prospects.
their bullpen's kind of
Bullpen's interesting.
yeah.
I like Seawall got hurt,
Oh,
and now they have
there's so many injuries this
Ginkle.
spring.
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Ginkle's good. He
Yeah, he's
throws really fast, but
one of my favorite guys to use in the show. I have him on my
Ginkle,
bullpen for.
he's got a really good name,
fantasy draft.
Kevin Ginkle.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
we need to
baseball.
talk about some
So
interesting
Jordan
names.
Montgomery plays for the Diamondbacks
He
now.
signed that
Yes,
last
he
night.
just
He signed
signed it last
25
night.
million without-
This shows how much I know baseball, everyone.
Well, it was just last
I'm not a
night.
baseball
It
guy.
At
literally
least you admit
happened
to it.
less
At
than
least you
24
admit to
hours
it.
ago.
but I'm
Yeah.
gonna learn today.
So
It's a good spot for it.
You kind of mentioned it, Lucas, earlier, and I saw it on Twitter like 20 minutes after it signed. It's like the Dodgers exist. Everyone knows that they're the favorites, not just to win the West, but to win this National League as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people's picked to win the World Series, and I don't blame them. But the Padres just signed, or the Padres traded for Cease.
Good move.
The Giants signed Snell, which we
Snell.
didn't talk about in the last episode. We've totally
No, yeah,
because we
we
got
kinda
too
skipped
caught
over it, yeah.
got too caught up in our rant.
Yeah.
And they signed Snell and Matt Chapman,
Yep.
and
Jordan
the
Hicks
Diamondbacks
looks
just
fantastic.
signed.
Also,
And the Diamondbacks just signed, like you said, Montgomery.
It's a decent division.
And the Central is up, but the Central's up for grabs.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals barely did something to make themselves
Cashapp on all
in
that.
contention, which just goes to show you the difference that good ownership makes.
The Cardinals have to win the division now, or we're not making the playoffs.
I agree.
If the Reds somehow, well, I don't know.
I have I put a lot on Matt McClain, but without him, the Reds are significantly less scary.
And I think
Is he out?
They had shoulder
maybe the
surgery.
whole year.
They said they hope to have him back this year. So
not see
Matt
that.
They don't
McClain,
know.
man, the young Reds team is so good, but
because they lost Marte, who was really good because he got
No,
suspended.
LD Marte, yeah.
And I mean, Ellie's, I don't know. He's either
Ellie's
going to have to be
injury prone.
really good, or he after his hot start, he sucked last year.
yeah.
So it's hard to say what they're going to get.
And then
better.
their rotation, it's just like you're banking on
a lot of guys to do really good, and if they
like
don't,
Hunter
then, yeah.
Green and Graham Ashcraft and
Abbott,
Abbott and then Nick Lodolo and like
Martinez. They have a whole bunch of guys that could be really good.
and then their bullpen is like Alexis Diaz.
They
and
actually
that's
have a
it.
pretty interesting bullpen. They got Emilio Pagan. Brent Suter's not bad.
Brent Suter is
It's a decent
Yeah.
pen. It's not great. but
Alexis Diaz is really good.
yeah, lights
The
out. I think he's
Diaz
better than his
brothers
brother.
are insane.
Yeah, I think like you said, like their pitching. I think their pitching is going to start and end with Hunter Green. If
he's not good.
If he's not good, then their rotation's not going to be good. But I feel like if he pieces it together, I wouldn't be shocked if he. I'm not going to say he's going to win the Cy Young,
He's got a chance.
but I wouldn't be shocked if he has a Cy Young caliber. I feel like he can pitch himself into the conversation of being one of the 10 best in the National League.
He's one of those guys that could have a 2 ERA but give up 30 home runs.
He's got to start going deeper into games
because
I agree.
Well, he needs to dial down the
strikes-
velocity.
yeah, like 10.
I mean, you saw Jordan Hicks. He's throwing
Yeah.
96, 97 now.
he looks fantastic.
I don't know-
mean, A's, but still,
Yeah, I don't know what the Giants do over there or what they did, but
they know how to do them
yeah.
for sure.
The pitching coach I had my senior year in high school for our baseball team said, it's great if you can throw 90, but if you have no idea where it's going,
That's useless.
you're useless as a
Well,
pitcher.
that's how it was with Jordan Hicks. He was just throwing 104 down the middle. It's like they're still going to hit that. It doesn't
Because
matter.
his strikeout numbers were putrid as a Cardinal. For a guy that threw 104 with movement, you'd think it'd be skyrocketed. It
Right.
wasn't.
Yeah, I'm still not high on Jordan Hicks. I just don't know.
I mean, spring training's not the end all, but when you get to the end of the spring training and they're facing major league lineups, it's noteworthy.
Jordan Hicks
but it's still the A's.
Jordan Hicks and Jack Flaherty ended with really good springs.
Flaherty's velo's up, which
Yeah.
is a good sign for him.
So the A's didn't start their major league roster during spring training.
Well,
don't
they
really have
did,
a
but the
major
fact
league
they
roster.
don't. Their major league roster is their terrible
got-
roster.
Two-ish pieces that are.
They got
Lawrence
Zach
Butler
Geloff and Lawrence
Geloff.
Butler.
Yeah.
That's what they have. And Lawrence Butler, I got to sit right behind him in his debut at Busch Stadium.
Yeah,
And
he's not bad.
he looks fun,
Lanky.
and he looks like he plays good defense. But he
Yeah,
can't
he
hit
is.
the ball.
No,
But I mean,
but he'll grow into that.
you're on the. I mean, and they do have JD Davis, which I mean. I think they signed. Getting paid almost $3 million.
Might as well.
I mean, I'm surprised they're spending
Good
that
for
much
them
money.
for doing something.
And I mean, I know like Aledmus Diaz is hurt, but it's like
They I don't know. The pieces are starting to go there. They're trying, I guess.
I think
at least offensively.
I think with JD Davis, it sucks because he's like, I'm going to be on the Giants, and then the Giants signed Chapman, and then he's like, oh, never mind, and
going
then
to
he's
Oakland.
signed with the A's.
He's
yeah.
One of those unfortunate, like really good hitters.
Have you played with his?
No,
Diamond
I heard
card in
it's
the show?
Good, though. Heard it's insane.
It's insane. Random topic. Speaking of the show, people are so pissed off that Yamamoto's a 79, and I'm
he
like,
sucked in his first.
I'm like,
outing.
First of all, he's never faced MLB pitching before,
He'll
or
go
MLB
well.
hitters.
The only time
before.
he did was in the WBC, but there's
He'll-
only so much of that you can
he'll
take into
figure it
consideration.
out. But I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, he'll
for
figure it
starting
out against the
so
Cardinals
low.
on Friday.
Oh yeah. No, but you mentioned the Padres. I like their offseason as much as even trading Soto. That sounds crazy. They just need to sign an outfielder.
Yeah.
Like I like Jackson Merrill, but if they brought in like Tommy Pham, that's not a bad team at all.
I agree.
Go back there. Him and
feel
Schilt
like-
are good friends.
Yeah, exactly. Bring him in.
I feel like
It's a good team.
Tatis too. Like if Tatis and Machado both have bounce back
Yeah.
years, that's gonna be a scary team.
Bogarts too.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say
I
Bogarts
love
too.
Xander
Like,
Bogarts.
I would maybe there are only a handful of teams I think you can argue have a better 3, 4, 5 or 2, 3, 4, however they want to, however
yeah.
Schilt wants to, Schilt wants to adjust that lineup. Then Bogarts, Tatis, and Machado. That's pretty.
And not
scary,
to
if you
mention,
ask
I
me.
mean, you put Kim in front of that. He's really.
Ha-Seong
I
Kim.
love
You
Ha-Seong
have
Kim.
Jake Cronenworth
Yep,
still.
Jake Cronenworth's still there.
It's
Well, I guess Campusano had a decent year as a catcher.
Such a weird batting stance for Luis Campusano.
And then, I mean, they have decent complementary pieces outside of that, but like their core,
I don't know.
offensive core is insane.
I still think they finished third though.
I can see it.
I think after the Dodgers, that's going to be a bloodbath of a division.
I think it's going to be a coin toss, but if those three stay healthy that we just mentioned, and the core pieces like Kim and Cronenworth
have decent years,
have good years as well to complement them, I think it's a coin toss between them and the Diamondbacks for who finishes
Second
third
place.
or second. I mean,
the Giants could have a good year too, but their pitching staff has been destroyed by injuries this spring. Like they've lost like 9 pitchers, and that's going to set them back.
And their big signing struggles to get out of 5 innings.
Yeah, plus it's not even going to be ready.
Yeah, Blake Snell's not even ready for opening day. So
I mean, Solera's a good fit. The Chapman's he's not that good of a hitter.
he did really well.
He's
in
a
the second
Walmart
half.
Nolan Arenado, if you think about
He's
it.
not terrible. I'm interested to see how Jung Hoo Lee does.
I was going to draft him in one of the leagues, and he got taken from me.
It's just I don't know.
He's
It's
a
always
slap hitter. He's
really-
not a power hitter whatsoever.
The Asian hitters are hard to project when they come over because there's a couple of them that do really good. Like Ichiro, obviously, Jung Ho Gung before he went off the deep end was good, but a lot of them come over and
Otani.
Otani. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then you know.
Hideki Matsui.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy was.
he was
that
one of
guy
my
mashed.
favorites back in like the 2K baseball.
Remember the
games.
Rays signed Yoshi Susugo, and he was like supposed to be this next big thing. He
Yeah.
sucked. Like it's just hard to project. I think.
But they gave Jung
looks
Ho Lee
good.
a big contract.
He
so
looks
it's-
like he might be.
Yeah.
Seiya Suzuki was okay too.
He really good in
Yeah, I
spring.
hate him, but
Yeah, me too. And then their Padres bullpen. I mean, you have Woo-Suk Go, which is awesome.
That's a name.
I
Woo-Suk
was
Go.
way too high on him because of his name. I watched him pit. He looked awful. He gave four runs to the Mariners minor leaguers. But like, how could you be mad at a man named Woo-Suk Go?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Woo-Suk Go on the Cardinals.
So did I.
And he literally is making $2 million a year for the next 4 years to be on the Padres.
Yeah,
Like that's nothing.
or the El Paso Chihuahuas right now. But
Yeah.
enjoy El Paso.
So what
big
else
boy.
who else is in that bullpen? You have
Yuki Matsui, who looks
Yuki
decent.
Matsui. That was the other one. Yeah,
They have a decent pen. They've got Adrian Marihone.
yeah. Is Luis Garcia still there?
No, he's on the Angels. Let me pull up the roster.
The Angels. He just knows everything. So I just.
While you're
Oh, I
pulling-
got my spreadsheet I was working on earlier.
Were you in there when he was doing that?
You have a spreadsheet?
Oh my God, he has
Yeah.
everything. He has
Caleb knows.
signings, and he's gonna have to
He
show
has
you
one
one
for
day.
NASCAR too.
My lord.
What
Or
the
should
hell?
say
I didn't know that.
NASCAR,
See,
as Niles.
Why am I
Crane
not
says.
shocked? Why am I not shocked by this?
I was bored
honestly?
over spring break. I've done the transactions part, like just where people sign to keep track in my head who's a free agent. But I was bored over winter break. I'm like, well, shit, I'll just track the rosters. I don't care. So
Yeah.
There are honestly worse things to do with your time.
yeah, I mean, it's
100%.
that or just sit there and waste away and watch TV or something. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
keeps my
I did.
brain busy.
I work most of my winter break.
I need to.
I laid in
Probably
bed for
smarter.
7 days, pretty much.
Let's see.
No, while you're looking up that, you guys talked about the A's. So I got a curious question. Who do you think is going to have the worst year, the White Sox or the A's?
So that was one of my hot takes. I think the White Sox will be worse. Like,
Maybe the s'mores milkshake can save their season. That costs
dude,
$16.
that
I don't know
was
how I
so
feel about
good.
That might actually be worth going to a White Sox game.
I
if
would
I'm being honest.
try it, but I don't think I'd want to try it in such a large capacity.
Oh, I
Like,
will.
I'd want to try it small before I buy a big ass one like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love ice cream. So
You can always just train yourself by going to Fritz's.
That's true. I'll say White Sox. It depends how they tap into their young players.
I mean, like,
like if they get their potential out of some
also-
of the guys they have, I think it'll be the A's.
yeah.
yeah.
Right
And I
now
can
on paper,
see-
the White Sox.
And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Robert gets traded at the deadline.
We were supposed to sign him as an international free agent. Of
course
you
we
remember that?
Yeah.
When he came
Of course
over.
we
It was us and the White
You
Sox.
think Robert's going to get traded?
I think so.
And also, they have like the most overrated player. Benintendi
I
is still
hate- I
there,
don't
and
hate
like
Biceps, man, yeah.
Bendy
He
Titties?
was
he should have never left the Royals. If he would have never left the Royals, he would have been
He
fine.
fit perfect.
He was
for them.
arguably like the best left fielder for a good 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, he
stretch.
was. Well, on the Red Sox,
Yeah, Red Sox and excuse me,
Royals.
burps.
Oh, Yankees.
Yeah,
He was a Yankee too.
Was he a Yankee?
Yeah, for like a half
yeah,
a season.
yeah.
Random.
When the Royals
Yeah.
traded him, yeah.
So the Padres pen, they have Robert Suarez, which he's good. Matsui, Enyel De Los Santos, Wandy Peralta, Tom Cosgrove, Stephen Kolek, and Marihone and Pedro Avila. Which is not bad.
It's a bunch of random guys if you don't really follow baseball.
Cosgrove's-
but
Yeah.
Cosgrove's the
Pretty
guy that reminds me of
good.
Tim Hill, doesn't he? Throw submarine.
I think so.
Yeah, and he just looks just like Tim Hill
Yeah,
that they used to have.
The shit out lefties that throw submarine.
Yeah.
I don't know where Kolek is.
Who was
either.
the? Oh yeah, Wandy Peralta. He's the one that got the ridiculous contract.
Yeah,
for
4
some
years
reason.
for what?
Yeah.
Relievers they're just an odd because like you can have one good year and you get an
It's crazy because like your cousin was like one of the best of his time, and he never got paid shit.
Yeah,
I mean, he did, but
That's
like,
such like relievers too is like such a hard
longevity position.
thing because like it's just a hard position in general because like if you come out like you don't have the luxury that starters have because if you're a starter, you can give up a run or two here and there. You can afford to get off to a slow start, but relievers don't have that luxury. Like if you don't have it, you're probably going to cost the game, and it's a job that I wouldn't want personally as a pitcher.
Yeah, because especially for fringe guys, you fuck up once, you're right back to the minors. To be,
I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
He mentioned your cousin. Our closers, I feel like, are different, but like middle setup guys, middle relief guys that make 10-year careers, that's impressive.
Yeah,
because you got to be.
It's like as much as we shit on Gallegos.
He's a good example. He's never been
very good.
He's never been elite.
He's better than people. He's better than St. Louis fans give him credit for.
Luke Voigt. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm kind of curious because I want to look at his.
Gallegos, we shit on him because he. I will never forget that Ohtani game. Were you at the Ohtani game?
Yeah.
So where were you sitting?
We had nosebleeds.
Okay, so you didn't hear. There was these drunk people sitting behind us when Trout hit the home run to make everybody boo, including me. They were chanting overrated, and then he crushed the ball, and I'm like, yep. And then we were booing Gallegos, which, yes, I feel bad. And then you look at Gallegos' numbers, and he's not that the worst.
He pitched
that
55,
sounds like St. Louisans.
Yes.
55 innings, had an ERA plus of 99. So he was
league average.
He was 1 point lower than the league average, yeah.
But
gave up 11 home runs, 27 earned runs on the year.
How many
55 innings.
So
in 55 innings, he pitched to a 4.42 ERA.
As good as he was before,
wasn't the year before? Wasn't he a lot better?
Yeah, his best ERA season was in 19 whenever he pitched to a 2.31.
Yeah.
People used to talk about how we lost that trade.
No. Where's Luke Voigt now?
He just got released by the Mets yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, great. You had 2 great years of Luke Voigt and then released him.
He was the home run king in 2020 with the Yankees.
But in a shortened year too.
Yeah. And we got 5 years now of Gallegos that's been really good.
Yeah.
Something 6? Like that. Yeah.
He's a free agent at the end of the year, which is weird. I felt like we just got him, but
right.
I'm upset that they sent down John King.
I'm not.
The Cardinals. I know that John King had a absolutely horrible spring training, but John King, he was my favorite reliever last year, and I don't know why. My friend used to shit on me that the Cardinals got Chris Stratton, and he's the Royals fan that now has Chris Stratton.
Chris Stratton was good here.
He's so high on Chris Stratton, and I'm like, you can't do that. You can't just.
I liked him the minute we got him from Pittsburgh. I knew that was going to be a good signing.
And we got John King for Chris Stratton.
So we turned it. They're somewhat similar.
Yeah. John King will be up at some point. Bullpens can't stay healthy.
Liberatore won't be up long, I don't think. I'm not high on him. I'm
not high on him either. He's had 4 or 5 years, or 3 or 4
years
to
to figure it now,
out.
And he's a little bit better as a reliever, but not much.
I agree, but
it's marginal. It's not. I don't know. My favorite Gallegos moment, though, you're talking about the game against the Angels. Remember the Mets game a couple years ago? He didn't cover first or some shit. And that was my favorite.
Because it was early in the year. Because we were at the time, we looked like we were going to run away.
Yeah.
With the Central. This was Albert's
21
last year.
or 19.
I thought that was Albert's last year.
Was it? It might have been. Back.
Wasn't it? Or am I blanking?
I'll look up Gallegos Mets.
Because I feel like
it was also the Mets where the bench is cleared, right?
Yeah.
That's where he.
That was the same year, wasn't it?
I think it was 21 then.
Then it was 21.
I thought that happened in 22.
No, because Albert wasn't there and Yachty wasn't there. And
I could have swore it happened in 22.
But
I think it did happen in 22 because I was working a high school baseball game for my job, and the coach I was talking to, I was wearing a Cardinal shirt, and the coach that I was talking to before the game mentioned something about how the bench is almost clear, and I said, they did clear. And he goes, no, I was talking about the game. I was talking about the game that we were playing last night. I said, oh, I was talking about the Cardinal game that just happened. He goes,
it was 2020.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought it was 22 because it was the year after that team won state.
And Albert was on that team?
Yeah, Albert was on that team.
Yeah, that was a long year.
What a year that was.
It's we started off hot, then we kind of middled around through
which is typical.
July and August.
And then hot again.
Then once we got to the trade deadline,
we took off.
Yeah,
which is weird because we only got Quintana at the deadline that year.
Yeah,
we got
Quintana's the opening day starter for the Mets.
I miss him.
We got Quintana. We got Montgomery.
Stratton.
We got Stratton.
Oh, that's right. We did get Montgomery. That's right. Because I was mad we traded Bader.
I was also mad we traded Bader. Then once,
but then I was mad we traded Montgomery. I liked them both. They were both great Cardinals.
Yeah.
Man, how much we would love Harrison Bader at this moment.
Facts.
Yes, we can talk about Victor Scott in a little bit, but
he's on Harrison Bader's actually on my fantasy draft team, and I'm gonna beat the show. I have him as my left fielder, and I have
They
Ken Griffey Jr.
disrespected him
plays
in
center
MLB The
fielder.
Show this year. He's like a 76 with like 80 speed. I'm like, what happened
No,
to
he's
him?
faster than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's one of my favorite Cardinals ever,
for
regardless. I like
You know
him.
my favorite Cardinal? We've talked about this before. Jeremy Hazelbaker.
I have
That's
his
a
shirt.
name I haven't thought about in years.
Jeremy
Holy crap,
Hazelbaker.
bro.
I remember.
That name.
I remember in 2016, I worked with my grandpa in renovating houses. He gave me $100, and I walked into the Cardinals team store and I bought a Sung-Won-Oh shirt, an Aledmus Diaz shirt, and a Jeremy Hazelbaker shirt. Which
That's awesome.
8 years later, that is a fun trio.
Yeah.
Sung-Won-Oh was one of my favorite Cardinals ever. I thought he was great.
My sister jokingly said that she wanted to marry him just so she could go from having a 12-letter last
To
name
a
to a
two.
2-letter last name.
He was good too.
He was.
the first year.
Yeah, then he kind of like struggled.
Evened
the second
out.
year.
Yeah, I can't believe he's still active in Korea. That's insane. To
Yeah.
me.
I'm pretty basic. My favorite Cardinals.
Let me
Wait.
guess. Yachty,
And
Albert.
there you go.
Hey, I mean, that's the.
They're
I mean,
probably
there's nothing
two
wrong with
options.
that. I'm extra,
Pretty
so I like to
basic.
pick random relievers that I'm oddly.
See, I
obsessed
don't
with.
have your knowledge about random ass ball players.
I wish
though.
I didn't.
He knows
sometimes.
everything.
I do. I know everything.
The GOAT,
I
Pablo
looked
Sanchez.
up opening day roster on Twitter earlier to try to find like people that got cut or people that got named, and somebody on Twitter was asking if Mark Payton was going to make the White Sox, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. You don't even know the half of it, dude.
I
Like
don't even know who Mark Payton is.
L's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind then.
Like that's
This
kind of
person
crazy.
tweeted randomly and said, "This Cardinals team is the most 90-win team I've ever
Well,
won."
I liked that tweet because I agree.
I'm glad you guys are optimistic about this
I am
team.
way
And
too
then-
optimistic.
I'm so pessimistic. I feel bad for.
Here's
being
the thing,
as
okay?
pessimistic.
So the good thing about there, if there is any good thing about Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson, it's
It's a 1-year deal.
yes,
With an option.
it's with an option. We gave them both
I
options.
don't know why.
Christ.
I think it's club option though, so we
Good.
can decline.
Noah Mosaic will probably sign them to 25-year extensions.
Welcome back,
Because
Lance.
Mosaic would do that. Mosaic would do that.
The one good thing is they will give you at least 5 innings every time. They'll give you 6 innings maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, they might give up 12 runs, but like,
To key into the optimism, though, before his last start of the spring, Lance Lynn looked okay.
yeah.
Like he looked serviceable.
And then Kyle Gibson's going into the season looking the best he's been so far. Like
I'm more concerned about him, but yes, he did have a good.
yeah, I am more concerned about
against the Cubs,
Kyle Gibson too.
which and a good. I think
Did they
started
take
right.
out their starters after 2 innings too, just like we did?
Probably.
Because we gave Nolan Arenado and Goldie 1 at bat, and then they were done.
Yeah,
Donovan
probably.
got taken out after he struck out on the
Late
first at
spring
bat.
training is so redundant.
Yeah, because they just brought all the people that we already sent down to play.
Like early spring trainings, minor leaguers get most of the time, and late spring training, the minor leaguers most of the time. It's just the middle that's really
Yeah.
like your.
It makes
starters.
sense though. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, you don't want your.
you don't want to ease them in, and then you don't.
I mean,
wanna
you saw what happened
overtire
to
'em.
Carlson. You don't want
Yeah.
random injuries to happen. Which I mean,
I mean, I don't know. I don't fault Jordan for that. It's not ideal.
I don't fault him either, but like at the same time,
in spring
first
training.
Did
of
you
all,
see
first
how
of
bad
all-
he felt?
Also,
Dylan didn't want
Jordan
anything to
Walker?
do with him though.
No, but Jordan
yeah,
Walker was
like, can you blame him though?
No,
Like
because spring training.
I feel bad for Jordan too, but like at the same time, as an outfielder, you have to know that center fielder trumps you,
Yeah,
especially on a play like
I
that. Like,
see both sides of that.
Nobody was gonna get to that ball no matter what.
and
So,
it's,
like,
who cares? It's spring training.
And it's like I said, it's
Like, why are you diving
have
for
2
it?
terrible outfielders on both sides of you. If Dylan Carlson gets to it, because he's an amazing center fielder, let him try.
Yeah.
Jordan Walker should just stand there. And it's Jordan Walker apparently felt awful. Like he
Yeah.
was
I
like
would've too.
very upset.
I would have too.
Because he was like, Dylan Carlson, he was apparently super excited. He was going to get another opportunity to open
And
this.
This was
Way.
This was like his prove it year
and
too.
unfortunately, I think that Victor Scott will be here for 3 weeks, and then they will send him down regardless of how he does.
I disagree
Because
I think Siani is just not.
Siani will still get
placeholder.
sent down when Newbar comes back.
And-
And then
yes.
Victor Scott will end up being the 4th outfielder because they love Burleson here, and we all know about that.
I don't think that Edmund's going to be back for a long time. I mean, they've talked about, he's almost ready. He's almost ready. He's almost ready. Where's that?
Well,
at?
yeah, I it's probably going to be 2 or 3 months.
I expect May, June. Yeah.
But like they're not going to have Victor Scott sit on the bench.
no.
So they're going to send him down. If he ends
yeah.
up being the 4th outfielder, then Siani will just get called right back up to sit there.
I think he's going to hit well.
Scott, yeah. I mean, I hope
Because
so.
I don't think it's going to be like power, but I think the
We
way
don't need
the
power.
way he runs,
We
if
have
he puts
power
it
on
in
our
play,
team.
he's going to be safe.
People are so critical too about the fact that we didn't hit home runs in spring training.
We play in a fucking.
You can't hit home runs. It's
We
impossible.
play in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, you can't and people were saying I think Goldie finished hitting like 150. Arenado was hitting
Doesn't
under
concern
200.
me.
Gorman hit under 200, and it's just like
Well, do you see who was second to last in home runs?
who?
The Marlins.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a common denominator there. It's the
Yeah.
ballpark.
Yeah.
I don't. People don't think
And
about
I
that.
think, I mean, the Astros didn't hit a bunch of home runs either. But
Yeah.
I'm also one of those. I also like hate that people overreact to spring training.
Bro,
These guys have not played baseball competitively in 4 or 5 months.
I think
Like it takes a lot to, and it's a long season too. Like it's going to take a lot to get the rust off. It's going to take a lot to kind of get your mind back into it, find your swing again, find your groove. But I'm not worried about a guy like Goldschmidt.
Yeah, veterans
I'm not worried
especially.
about
Like
Goldschmidt, Arenado, Gorman a little bit, but
I'm
with
not.
with the protection that he has in that lineup, though, he's going to see some pitches.
The more service time a player has too, it's like spring training becomes less and less important. Like if you have a pitcher like Spencer Strider, that's impressive.
Oh,
because
for
he's
sure.
still young, he's still trying to prove himself, and less so. But or like the Pirates, that
He's
Jared
easily a
Jones
top 2
kid,
pitcher in
that's
baseball.
impressive.
Yeah.
But like Nolan or Goldie going out, they're just trying to warm up. They don't care.
Goldie doesn't
Guarantee
care.
you, they don't care.
I feel like Goldie doesn't. He probably wouldn't even show. Goldie was the last player to show up to spring training.
And he's still gonna have
I'm
a
not
good
shocked
year.
by that.
I don't know if
he-
it's gonna be
'cause
great.
People
but-
were so mad about the fact that Goldie didn't show up, and I'm like,
Let him
he
enjoy
didn't
his time with his family.
He didn't have to show up. He didn't show up until the day he had to.
Well, if there was any player that doesn't need any extra time, it's Goldschmidt. Because no matter what, he's going to hit 280 this year and hit 30 home runs. He's
Yeah.
going to be fine. It's
Yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt. He's
mean,
done that his whole career.
Gorman, I don't want to be like biased, but I think Gorman could hit 40 if
yeah.
his back figures out. I don't know if that whole popcorn story is true.
The craziest fucking thing
Yeah,
ever. My
I
back
didn't- have you
problems
heard
went
about
away
that?
because
No,
I
I
stopped
think I
eating
have.
popcorn.
Gorman said he stopped eating popcorn and that fixed his back problem.
Because he lost 8 pounds, not like 18, 8
From which I mean, like,
from popcorn. So the back problems.
first of all, how much
magically go
popcorn
away.
you got to eat to lose 8 pounds if you stop
Yeah,
eating?
it's insane.
First
He's
of
probably
all.
eating that skinny pop shit now.
Yeah, or the Boom Chicka Pop stuff. Boom Chicka Pop popcorn is crazy.
I ate popcorn almost every day whenever I was
good.
back for Christmas break because I was one of like the few snacks we had at my
Yeah.
house. And
It's
I
always
came
reliable.
back, and I came back and I maybe gained like 2 pounds.
So he must be eating a shit
he
ton
must-
of popcorn.
Yeah.
And he's a professional athlete, and I'm way past my prime. Didn't even have a prime, just over the hill, borderline
Are
alcoholic.
you older than Gorman is?
He's older than me by 4 months, I think. His birthday's in like April, April or May.
I think, yeah.
Because the day that he actually it's a funny story because like this is why I've been so invested in his career. The day that he got drafted by the Cardinals was the day that I was getting ready to start the senior year of my summer ball. Because like me and the other three, it was me and 2 other seniors on that team, and we're just like, holy shit, this guy's 18.
yeah.
Like he's
I'm
in the
older
our
than Gorman.
like he's in our position.
Yeah.
Oh my
5
god.
days.
Damn.
I'm older than Jordan Walker
So am
by
I.
5 months. Which
I'm older-
is
I'm
crazy
older
to
than
me.
Jordan Walker by a year and a half.
It's insane.
When's
Isn't
Jordan
it?
Walker's birthday?
That makes me feel so
May something.
Yeah, I think I'm like a month older than him.
To me, it's crazy because he's 6'7". He's got a full beard, or like he has
He's
the ability to
6'7"?
grow the full. Yeah,
Jordan
6'6".
Walker?
He has like a full
6'6",
goatee.
6'7".
Yeah, full goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has
I
goatee.
can't grow
250.
facial hair. My
God
shit. This
damn.
takes
I'll be so
months.
scared if I meet Jordan Walker when he's 6'7",
no,
250.
no.
Well, I've heard he's
He
super
is.
nice.
I've met him once. He is literally the nicest person.
He seems like the
He
nice. He
was
seems
like-
like the sweetest kid.
I saw his first home
He's
run in
fantastic.
person, and I was praying that it would somehow land in my lap, but it didn't.
You gotta go to the one warm up.
I need to go. Yeah.
It's worth it. Like I met
How
Walker.
much is it?
Admission's cheap. It's the player tickets that get you, but it all goes to their kid, Cardinal kids care. So it's
so it's a good-
Yeah,
it goes to a good cause.
Yeah.
So I don't mind spending money.
So does Pie Pie.
Shout out.
No, but Walker. So they send you for that in waves. Like they give you an autograph ticket, you get a number. So they'll go like 1 through 75, and they have 2 hours to sign. Walker took 3.5 hours to sign 250 autographs. He would talk to everybody because I went through Victor Scott's line while and they sit next to each other, and like he is the most jolly person.
Yeah.
For a 21-year-old that's going to be a superstar, you'd think he'd be cocky. No.
I mean, his interview
He
definitely
is so humble.
Every
He's fantastic.
Every interview I've seen him in just makes me think like he is the nicest, sweetest kid ever.
Yeah.
And seeing that as a fan is like, how are you not excited to see this as your future face organization? Like, this is
I agree.
fantastic. This is who you build around. It's great.
I'm praying. I'm high on Mason Wynn too. If him,
Mason's
if-
same way.
If
So is
him-
Victor Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, Mason's humble too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because like I'm not taking shots at Mason at all.
No.
Mason win, but
Yeah.
between the two of them, he seems like he's the more cocked. I don't know, something about
it's
him.
Just I think his play style is more flashy.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, I've never met him, but my buddy did. And he said
Shout
he was
out
great.
Justin Turner because I hope he does really well throwing really fast.
I hope when we go to Toronto this year, fucking throws him out.
Justin Turner, man.
Justin Turner.
He throws too fast from shortstop.
He'll blow out your arm. Okay, old man. No, Victor Scott's great too. I met him. He was
I'm
very
telling you,
nice.
if those three can be our future of this team,
Throwing
we're
Tink?
going to be in good
saw,
hands.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. I think it was this morning. It was like it was showing the ages of Victor Scott, Nolan Gorman.
And Victor Scott's older than Nolan Gorman,
He is.
right?
He's older than Walker. I think he's 23.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it was like Gorman, Walker, Wynn, and Victor Scott. It was showing like their ages.
Gorman.
and
We
it's
didn't even
like-
talk about Gorman too.
And it's like we're in
He
the
gets
same.
forgotten about.
It's like we're in the like as young as those guys are. It's like we have a bright future.
We do.
Offensively. Yeah,
And
it's
you're going to
really
have
bright.
Nolan for the next 4 or 5 years.
He's only 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldschmidt's going to unfortunately be here another 2 years.
Yeah,
but
I don't know how. More that I think
we
about
can
it, I
move
don't know
Walker.
how I
You just saw what Walker did. Move him to first.
That's what I've been saying.
Or put Burleson at
For,
first. He played first.
You said
Burleson's,
the,
I know he's a really
you said
good
the
hitter.
player he hated.
I know, but like,
Everybody.
Okay, you guys
talks.
have seen that thing. I think it's the Nationals spring training that says, "I don't care how hard you can throw a ball for." That's how I feel about
I don't
Alec
care
Burleson.
how
That's how
hard you
I
line
feel about
out.
Alec Burleson. I don't care how hard you can ground out to the shortstop. I don't care how hard your exit velo is
on a line out.
If you're hitting the ball 115 off the bat and getting a double out of it, cool. Then I'll sing your praises. But hang on, he has hit.
While he's looking
That's
that
how I
up,
feel about
he
Alec
hit
for the
8
St.
home
Louis
runs last
Blues.
year. 8 home runs last year. I was at 3 of them.
Hang on, yeah.
I was present for thirds
Okay,
of
Alec
third of his home
Burleson
runs.
is a career 237 hitter with a career 9 home runs.
So I was at exactly 1/3 of them last
I
year.
do not care.
hey, he got one of them taken away. Just saying.
Yeah, should have had 10.
Should have had 10. Got it completely robbed by Mike
Fair, but-
Talkman.
But I'm sorry, like you have 363 career
Okay,
at bats,
so this is
and you
what
can
I'm-
only hit 9 home runs. I'm sorry, like I don't know why people are seeing and a OPS plus of 83, so you're almost 20 points worse than the league average hitter.
This,
We talk about our future, but we forget our best player. I think he's our best all-around player. Best all-around hitter for sure. Brendan Donovan.
I agree.
oh,
with
yeah.
that.
No, I love Donovan.
Like
I
the
agree
way he
with that.
takes walks.
I think
he
he's
He's
hits
in
high
our future,
average.
too. Donovan's what, 25, 26?
He might
Something
be
like that,
26 or 27.
Yeah.
He's still. We got him for like 4.5
I
years.
hope we keep.
If we end up keeping Edmund over Donovan, I think I'll cry.
I think we
I'd
should
let
keep-
Edmund go in a heartbeat to keep Donovan.
I don't see why we can't keep both of them.
well, I
honestly.
yeah, definitely.
I think we
Donovan's
should
a better
keep both of
Edmund.
them.
Donovan is a better Edmund, but Edmund, any
only
team would
thing that-
die to have Edmund on their team.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that Edmund does better than Donovan, I was going to say run the bases. I think
Okay,
Edmund's
yeah.
slightly
Yeah, he's
faster than
faster.
Donovan.
No, but like I think what
But
Donovan
at that point, like
brings-
you're just splitting hairs.
if you get a full year, I think he could probably get 20 home runs.
This is what I'm talking about. Donovan?
Yeah, I do. I think
Really?
he can.
Because did he have like 11
actually-
or
He hit
whatever?
11 in a short
Yeah.
season. He could hit 20. Bet
He hit what, 4 his rookie
280.
year?
Yeah, was it only 4? Last year he had 11, right?
Yeah.
A short season, he would have hit 20.
Yeah. Because he
Yeah,
got
he's really good.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Burleson. I talk about it. I know you, whatever.
I don't hate the guy. I just think he
seems
gets.
like a nice guy.
He does. Like I just
The
think
mic'd up moments they had with him that they posted were
It's
very
crazy.
funny.
I kind of reminded me of you. The
Yeah,
mic
it did.
moment. I was like, sounds just like Izzy.
we do have similar body builds.
No, just the way he talks is like this sounds like
yeah,
Izzy.
it,
Like,
did. It sounded just like you.
Like our beard styles too.
yeah, I was like, I don't know why he hates the guy because he is the guy. Like,
I don't hate him. I just think that like he gets too much praise for a guy who does so little.
yeah.
So with spring training
see
this year, he learned to hit the ball the other way.
and he has.
He was doubling the other way. He was singling the other way. If he can do that, if he can start hitting the other way consistently, you put him in the 2 spot of that
Could
lineup.
have had a Goldie Nolan and Wilson. And nobody talks about Wilson. He's fantastic.
Or we'll get there.
Yeah.
And
I'm just
you
excited.
put Donovan at 1, who can hit the ball the other way, and he does.
and with authority.
Which is Donovan's literally what Colton Wong should have been.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you have Newbar, who you could bat 9th. I think
I
Newbar
like
should
Mason
bat 9th.
ninth.
You like Mason 9th?
I like Mason at
See,
9.
we have. Oh, I forgot. Okay, you can put Newbar 8th. So here's the thing: our lineup is so like on paper, it's one of the
Jordan
best.
Walker batting 7 is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of nuts.
I mean,
he's a
he's a good hitter.
yeah.
If everything goes right, so you would have Donovan leading off, because I mean, Burleson's going to be playing. It's going to be either outfield or DH pretty much every day, so our slated opening day DH is Matt Carpenter.
I don't hate it.
Well, who else? We don't have anybody else now.
Yeah, because of the injuries.
What the fuck happened to Brandon
injuries.
Crawford? Like he got hurt in spring. He got hit in the hand and just stopped playing spring training. Like did they just give up?
He played the other day.
Did he? Oh, I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, he
Judging
did.
off,
He played
judging
the-
off of Brian's packet or Brian's video that he did today, I saw his numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
I was
played in
paying
the 2 game, the second to last game.
I couldn't watch.
But he had one at bat and then got taken out.
Okay.
But he will make the roster. So
I don't hate that.
So
honestly.
okay, I would have my lineup anyway would be Donovan at 1, and I would have Burleson at 2. I'd have Goldschmidt at 3, which I know they're going to put Goldie 2, so I'm already wrong because
I don't know why they
love
batting
they
Goldie at 2,
the new thing of baseball is putting your best hitter at 2. It used to be
hate
putting
that.
your best hitter at 4 or 3.
I like that
can
better. I like
see
that
it,
better.
Yeah.
And now it's your best hitter at 2. Makes sense for us if everything goes right. Because if you can flip that lineup over when you have Newbar and Win at the bottom of it,
Oh, for sure.
you could flip it over. It could be amazing. Anyway, Goldschmidt at 3, Arenado at 4. You have We didn't even mention Gorman a second ago.
Yeah.
This lineup's hard because
Oh,
you're right.
actually,
You could do so much.
it's-
with
I forgot. Okay,
Because
wait.
whenever I was messing around on the show, I'm just like, I was going back and forth. I'm like, do I want Donovan at the leadoff spot? Do I want Edmund at the leadoff spot? Who do I want at my 2 spot?
Yeah, if Donovan's playing, then he's the DH, right?
I don't think so. I don't like the fact that we have Donovan
He's
as our
in the
DH.
left.
I would
I
rather.
think they're going to start Donovan in the
You
left.
think Burleson
I
will be
think-
our DH?
I do. I
I
think they're
think
going to
That's how it
start.
needs to be.
glove. I think Donovan's glove is too valuable.
I mean, he
to
won utility
not.
Gold Glove for a reason.
Exactly, to not have him in the field.
'Cause
the
the last
only
couple
positions he
days-
hasn't played is pitcher catcher, and I'm convinced he could do it. if asked.
I think he's our emergency backup catcher.
The last couple days of spring, he was in left field and Burleson was DHing. And
Good.
when
That's
you're
how it
doing
needs to
that
be.
out in the last couple days of
I
spring,
don't
that's
hate
not a
that.
coincidence.
Yes,
but here's the real question: when Edmund and Newt Bar
Good lineup.
and Carlson all get healthy between
what happens? So that's what I mean.
I feel
Victor
like
Scott
Burleson's-
unfortunately will get
We'll
sent
go
down.
Siani.
Actually,
Siani,
no. I think they should keep Scott because if they love giving Burleson at bats like they do, or if, say Goldschmidt gets on, and you're in a late game situation, down 1, you look at this up and down this team is just like, shoot, we're down 1 in the 9th. Like we need.
well, that's the Cardinal way to bring in Matt Carpenter at that point.
I was just gonna say, I feel like his speed could be very useful if you get in late game situations.
It's just we need to get through Ollie's head that it's okay to run bases. It's okay to
That's
steal.
why I loved Schilt so much because
Yeah.
Schilt was aggressive with the bases. He
Yeah.
was not afraid to send.
Ollie Marmol does not like
Yeah.
stealing at all. And I'm like, dude, if Victor Scott's here, he's gonna steal. He's not gonna listen to you.
I changed my mind about Win. 8. Scott at 9.
That I don't hate that.
That's what I mean.
Because
Like,
he's
I
second
don't hate
leadoff
that.
hitter
Dude,
at that point.
the-
Win's not a bad hitter either.
the 8, 9, 1, 2 spots in our lineup could be really good because you could throw Newbar in there when he's healthy, and we have
Yeah.
one of the best lineups in the league if everything works out, which of course it's not going to. But
I talked with my buddy. We're talking about the future of the organization. It's very unlike Cardinals teams of recent history.
yeah,
It's very, to be honest, it's very black. It's a good thing. Like,
yeah.
for the last 20 years, our predominantly white roster. Now we've got Walker, Wynn, Tink Hence, Chase
Yeah.
Davis. Right? Yeah.
Chase Day.
It's
Oh,
like
Chase
it's very
Davis,
much
yeah.
different. Like it's a
Yeah.
new brand. It's a new era. Like you get rid of Yachty retires, Albert Wayne. It's like we have this very much new era of Cardinal baseball. It's very
Yep,
different.
and I think we're a year or two away. Really, I think honestly, when Mozeliak steps down,
It'll be different.
that's when we'll know if it was DeWitt
yeah.
or if it was Mozeliak.
I think it's a combination of the both of them.
So-
Because I think
Yeah.
DeWitt's just so cheap that he doesn't want to do anything, and I don't think Mosaic has the balls to stand up to him.
And we already
Or
know
be creative enough to get around.
what's his name. Who's the dude that we got from
Chaim
the?
Bloom.
Yeah, he's gonna be the new.
He's got the pitching side of things figured out.
He's the guy that got us Riley O'Brien.
And Ryan Fernandez, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's the guy that got us both of them.
I think Kittredge too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was involved in the Middleton signing.
So he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He. I don't know.
My hot take is with the rotation, it's not great, but with how good the offense is and how good the bullpen can be, if you get 5 innings out of like Lynn and Gibson and they give up 4, you can be in the game.
Right, but but also like in the mindset of a reliever though, if you're constantly coming in,
Yeah.
having to pitch from behind, it's like eventually that's got to wear on you. You know what I mean?
Well, same with the offense too. It's like last year you saw it a lot where we gave up runs in the first inning and then they're just dead.
Morality.
I remember the game that like pissed me off the most was when Hicks had the slow dribbler right back to him and throws it 7 feet over.
We were talking about that the other day. That was when I knew the season was over.
Me too. Because
that's when I gave up. I'm like,
me too, because like I was watching that game on my laptop. I slammed my laptop down, threw it on the couch, and I remember screaming this because my ex at the time that I was living with.
be careful.
My ex at the time I was living with got so annoyed because I would constantly watch the games and just bitch the whole time.
It's hard not to.
I just slammed my laptop down and said, and I quote, "We score 9 runs and we still can't win a fucking game."
I think that game was extra defeating because Walker hit the go-ahead home run in the top inning. Because I felt like this
opening
is
day last year against the Blue Jays, we should have fucking known that the season was going to be bad.
Yeah,
we lost 10-9. George Springer was 5 for 5 with fucking 80-mile-per-hour balls off his bat that blooped in every time, and Helsley blew a save.
Yeah, Helsley
should have known.
I honestly thought that was just a hiccup because like I walked away from that series in general feeling so optimistic because I said we took 2 out of 3 from one of the best teams in the AL. And we lost a game where we scored 9 runs. It's like 9 times out of 10, if you score 9 or 8 or 9 runs a game, you're gonna win.
It was the tone of the season.
It was just this, but looking back now, like you said, it was a sign of things to come.
I think you need Victor Scott in the dugout too, simply for the fact that we don't really have fun clubhouse guys anymore.
He seems to keep it loose. Walker's going to get... He started to get that way.
Walker and Wynn and Victor Scott, them 3 need to be here.
Newbar.
Because Newbar, he'll be here.
Everyone
but
loves
like
Newbar.
Kisner was the big...
It seems like a good balance in the clubhouse from like what they like market their players. Like Burleson, Newbar, like they have enough guys to keep it loose. They got Crawford and Carpenter now to, their leadership because I guess Goldie and Nolan can't do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Wilson seems like he's a
I'm sorry,
good middle
but
ground of both.
if they're going to move into this younger... new stuff, then Arenado needs to figure out how to be a leader because they're not going to keep signing old fucking people.
We can't keep wasting roster spots on
because Goldie and Nolan can't.
Because Goldie and Norman because Goldie and Arenado can't step up and take the leadership.
That's ridiculous to me.
I agree.
It's ridiculous. Like, okay, I understand Goldschmidt's not a talker. Fine, you can be the one that leads by example, but Arenado,
lead by example.
Arenado needs to go. And
I've seen Arenado chase a pitcher around the infield out of rage. He can lead.
Yes.
The best leaders I played with were the ones that led by example.
Yeah.
Because I remember in high school, my sophomore year, the best team that I was a part of, we were like the first team that won 20 games in our high school's career and the only team. We would have like we'd have like Saturday doubleheaders. Game would start at 9. We would say like either if we had a game on Friday or a practice, we had the 3 seniors who led by example, and they all 3 said, "Hey, show up to the field at 6:30. We're gonna get the field work done. We're gonna line it. We're gonna make sure everything's right. Then we'll take BP for an hour and a half in the cage." Mm-hmm. So we just said, "Okay, cool." Like that's. To me, like that's really all Gorman or not Gorman, or not. God, the 2 Nolans just messed with my brain so much. But like that's really all, in my opinion, Arenado has to do is to be like, "Hey, let's do this so we can do this."
Yeah, and it's astonishing to me that they aren't
right. And like, cause like he's got that background. Like he's been arguably a top 5 to 10 player in the league since he got called up.
They both have, yeah.
And I feel like if he says we're going to do this, guys will listen because they respect what he's done in his career.
It's definitely the unpopular thought. I agree with Lucas about not needing to sign old people every year, but the 2 Crawford and
I'm okay with Carpenter.
I think Crawford's going to do good for Mason Wynn. I'm okay with both.
I mean, like I understand.
I don't like that they're going to lock down Crawford to just shortstop. That makes no sense.
Yeah, he won't move. They said he's not playing third or second.
He said he would.
Yeah.
Mozeliak said they don't want
Crawford's
to. So
only playing shortstop, exclusively, which means if Wynn gets hurt,
you have a player willing to move and you tell them no.
Yeah.
What's the point
of that? Which is the opposite of Jonathan India in Cincinnati. Yeah. They're like, please move, and he's like, no.
No.
So
he could sit on the bench then because they have way too many infielders that are better.
Apparently, John Birdie's now going to be like their starting third baseman in New York.
Yeah, because DJ's injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave up nothing for him.
No, they didn't.
Out of options catcher.
And John Birdie will steal you 50 bases.
He'll hit 250 too. He's not a bad player. He's a useful player.
He hits the other way a lot too, and if he can hit the other way with power, he can get it over that short porch.
One of those
He's
players.
fast. He can play all 3 outfield positions. He can play a lot of infield positions. Like He can arguably be like
That sucks for the Marlins.
He gets overlooked in Miami, but when you get in front of him in front of the New York media, that's all you're going to hear about is how great John Birdie is and how useful he is. Because he is. He's always been that way.
I know we talked about this last week too, because like you asked, I think it was you that asked the most underrated signing from the American League, and I
Garrett
said
Hampson, baby.
And I said it was Verdugo, and this is going to apply to Birdie as well. He's going to be very protected in a lineup that features Stanton, Judge, Soto,
Rizzo
is still there. Shoot, I forgot he's still there.
Volpe's not bad.
Volpe's pretty good. So like that with that lineup, he's gonna see some pitches.
Man, that
and if he can
Yankees
get a
lineup
hold
is
of
good.
one, he's gonna really show off that speed. And if with how hard Judge and Soto can hit to the outfield, he could easily score.
Honestly, here's the thing about the Yankees. I think they're very similar to the Cardinals in the fact that they have an insane offensive lineup that will score 10 runs a game. I just don't know if the Yankees are going to make the playoffs if Garrett Cole's not there for over half the
I
season.
agree with that too.
But you said somebody, I don't know if everybody agrees with me on this. I think Stanton's back.
I was thinking this too when you said Stanton.
Did you see his game against the Pirates? I know it's spring training, but like he hit 3 home runs in the same game, but they weren't just home runs; they were Stanton.
Well, he's
runs.
back to the. Oh yeah, no, he's
Like,
back to hitting 116, 117 off the bat type of
murders
home
the
runs.
ball and it goes far.
Well, it's because he lost a bunch of weight, like a lot of weight, and he looks really good.
Like I've always liked Giancarlo, but I'm sold that he's gonna have a good year. 30. I mean, if he hits 30 home runs, bats 230. Yeah,
dude. If this is crazy, but if him and Judge both hit 40 home runs in that lineup's gonna be ridiculous.
Because then you don't mention Soto.
No, Soto's my MVP pick on all this shit.
Soto can easily hit 40 home runs too with that short porch.
Yeah,
600 on base percentage. Literally,
like feast. He is going to feast.
And
with
he
that
stayed back he didn't even go to the exhibition games because he wanted to work on his swing, which he was already hitting like 400 in spring. So I don't know what else.
He's already like the best
on.
pure hitter in baseball.
Yeah, and he's 25.
Yeah,
he's
younger than Adley Rutschman.
Which is insane.
It's just crazy.
I still laugh about this to this day whenever I was watching the home run derby between him and J-Rod. And I can't remember who it was that joked, but like they joked on the live on the air. They're just like, yeah, this is probably the only time in his career that Stanton's going to be considered the old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so their lineup projection is Birdie, Soto, Judge, Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Giancarlo Stanton, Trent Grisham, Jose Trevino, and Volpe. That lineup is crazy.
That's pretty
solid.
solid.
Trevino starting over Austin Wells?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I mean, this is just some random dude's projection. But
no, I forgot about Torres.
Me too.
He's really good.
Gleyber, finally took him a while, but
after his rookie year,
Volpe could be good. He could be 2020 this year, realistically.
Really good lineup.
Dude, the Yankees are. I might have to rethink the Yankees, but again, their rotation is just they have
their
Stroman.
bullpen's not great either.
Like Stroman and what's his name? Rodon. Is Rodon there?
Yeah, he's there.
And then they have who after that?
Clayton Beater.
Like who? You know what I
Chad
mean?
Green in the bullpen.
He's on the Blue Jays. Chad Green. Yeah, no, they have.
I forgot about that actually.
Clay Holmes is their closer.
Oh yeah, he's good.
I just remember Chad Green because my cousin said that he faced him in high school.
That's cool.
Really?
Chad Green's from Illinois.
Oh, I didn't know.
Nice.
Went to
from a
horseshoes.
Lucky horseshoe. I was meaning to ask Emily about the pit spitters.
Oh yeah, the pit
in the
spitters.
same league.
Speaking of Chase, it's weird. It'll always stick out to me when he said they should shorten the season.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I see where he's coming from, but I think
as a catcher, I understand.
Yeah, but part of baseball being great is the season being long.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
it makes it unique.
That's why and this is actually going to segue right into another breaking news thing. That's why we always give the Dodgers so much crap for winning a Mickey Mouse ring because they did it in a 60-game season, not a 162-game season.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
I was going to say, speaking of the Dodgers, and you also helped me segue this with the John Brady trade. Will Smith just signed a massive 10-year, $140 million contract extension with the Dodgers.
And I have input from a Dodger fan.
Oh, let's hear it.
Is this Tommy?
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Shout out Tommy.
What a steal.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was going to say,
that's crazy. That's no money. That's literally
seems
nothing.
like so little for a guy who's easily a top 5 catcher in baseball.
Yeah.
He's top 3.
Okay, I was going to say
Murphy, Adley.
Yeah, Murphy, Adley, and Will Smith.
I was going to say I think my top 3 is Adley, JT, Will Smith.
Oh, you still have
I'm
JT
not high on
in
Realmuto.
there.
I still have JT
I've always
in there.
loved Realmuto.
I don't hate him. I just
he's
don't
still
think
top 5 for me.
I think JT's top 3.
On the Phillies, dude, the Phillies, man. I get to go we get to go to 2 or 3
I'm
and watch them
excited.
kill us.
I'm
Shout out to Mundo Sosa if you're listening.
Edmundo Sosa and fucking Who else they got there? Christian Pache?
Johan Rojas.
Johan Rojas. He's
Yeah.
terrible, apparently.
That team, though, that Phillies team. So I'm expecting a bunch of them to take a step back, like Stott and Bohm and all them.
I like Bryson
But
Stott.
like Schwarber and Castellanos and
Schwarber hit 40, 45 easy. I mean, he's got that kind of power.
Harper is my MVP pick.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Criminally underrated.
First baseman Bryce
Weird.
Harper this year. For the rest of his career, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Makes sense. It's going to prolong his career, though.
Yeah.
He's going to play until he's 45.
He easily could with his swing
him
power. With his
being-
swing and
Yeah.
It's a guy like Bellinger. Bellinger could play forever too if he really wanted.
It's one of those power lefty swings that's not like Prince Fielder where they put way too much into it
Yeah.
and it's going to cut the career. Like it's just fluid.
His just looks
smooth.
effortless, too.
Seems like he's not putting effort. He could hit
Like
the ball
something
500
you could
feet,
do for your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which will suck because Bryce Harper will haunt us forever and ever in the playoffs.
If he's got 10 years of in him that are decent,
Well, how long is
he's
he
a Hall of
signed till?
Famer.
2020,
How old is he? Hang on, let me
2032.
look at
2032, and he wants more.
Let me look at this.
I give it to him.
Bryce Harper signed till 2032, and he wants more. He wants another extension.
A washed up Bryce Harper's probably still better than a lot of players,
He's only 31.
which is insane.
So he signed for 2032, which is
Yeah.
so he'll be 41 already.
It's so
So
weird because like he's
okay,
31.
4 more years. Okay.
He's 31. He's been playing for 11 years.
He came up when he was 19, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he got his GED when he was like 6. He dropped out of
Yeah,
high school,
yeah.
got his
It's
GED.
funny we just talked about
at the
Juan
age of
Soto,
16,
and like
then,
they were on the same team.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. It's going to be crazy when they're both in the Hall of Fame one day.
Yeah.
Like that might be a hot take, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either because like
Who?
Soto and Harper.
Oh, being in the Hall of Fame? That's not a hot take
not
at all.
No, but Harper, like, say when he's done with his Phillies contract, 41, right?
Yeah.
At that point, he's had World Series, MVPs.
The Phillies will win multiple.
If they don't
World
want him
Series.
back, sign with a bad team and get some counting stats. I mean, if
Yeah.
you still got I guarantee you at 41, he's still gonna have the ability.
Yep, which is
worst
unlike,
case scenario at the age of 41, he's a DH.
Yeah,
Oh, there's no way
And he's still gonna be a
there's no
good
way he's
one.
going out there playing first at 41 years
he'll be a
old.
great DH at 41. Promise.
And that's why
for the
that's-
Las Vegas Athletics,
Yeah,
baby.
shit. Who cares? Right? Put his asses in seats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Also, if that stadium that they build, like the mock
That stadium
thing,
looks
if they
I've
sh-
seen so
that's
many
so
mock
sick.
stadiums of the A's
Yeah, the one that the MLB posted
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
one was
If
nice.
that's the real one, that's so sick.
with this the casino district is the
Yeah.
backdrop. That's
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
That
with
would be
at all.
awesome. But yeah, no, Will Smith, that is.
It's a good contract.
It's like the Michael Harris contract. He's getting paid like $8 million for the next 10 years.
There's no way
Like,
that Braves team does not become. Okay, I've actually been thinking about this since I saw it on a tweet over the summer. Which dynasty do you think will end up being better? Or which Braves dynasty do you think has the most potential? The one that they had in the 90s or this one that they got
This
now
one.
with?
This one.
I kind of agree because the one in the 90s, they relied heavily on their pitching. But I think this one has a great balance of both pitching and great offense because Strider is, I think you can make an argument for Strider being the best pitcher in baseball right now.
Yeah.
Even though he has an ERA over 4.
Then
the
you
strikeouts are stupid
His
though.
Then you
Is
get-
that is it a curveball that he just?
Yeah.
He is.
then you
apparently
look at that
disgusting.
line. Then you look at that lineup. You got Acuna who's signed to a long-term deal.
Olsen.
Albies who's signed to a long-term deal. Olsen, Riley, Harris,
Ozuna to a
Sean-
lesser extent.
Sean Murphy's going to be there
Yeah.
for a while. Ozuna's got a couple more good years in him.
They
I
have
feel like.
one hole on the infield or in the positionally. It's shortstop.
Yeah.
And Arcia's not. He's not awful.
He's not what
But he's
Swanson
not-
was, but yeah, he's not.
He's not the
terribly-
rest
yeah.
of them, but he's not awful. If they get a shortstop somehow,
Well, the thing about them is like, as great of a first baseman as that Olsen is defensively,
he's even better offensively.
they don't. Well, like I was gonna say, like he's so good defensively that like his infielders don't have to make the perfect throw too.
Just got to.
If you
Which is what
look-
I say about first baseman. Like a great first baseman can make an average infielder look good, and a good infielder look great.
And Matt Olson is criminally underrated. Even I know
I
he's
agree.
less so, but like
If you
Yeah.
look at that entire Braves starting lineup on opening day, which is now Friday at 3:05, but gates open at 12:35. Apparently, if you're a Philly fan listening, I don't know. You know,
okay,
random. You
enjoy
never
the
know.
game. Punch your ticket
I
too.
just saw it, so I was like, you have Darno and Sean Murphy.
On the bench for Darno.
Yeah,
Good catch. They're gonna
Darno
start a
on the
lot of
bench is
places.
insane.
Oh, for
you
sure.
have
They had William Contreras too at one point.
yeah, you have
I forgot about that too.
you have Olsen at first base. You have Albies at second base. You have Arcia at shortstop. You have Austin fucking Riley at third base. You have Marcell Ozuna as your DH. You have Michael Harris in center field. You have Jared Kelnick in left field.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That
Yeah.
team is just ridiculous. There's
I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, Is Rosario still their left fielder?
No, he's on the Nationals.
Rosario's on the Nationals.
I'm glad he made their roster, by the way. He's
Yes.
good. I like it.
Who's their other fielder? Who am I forgetting?
Acuna.
Oh,
Yeah, the best of
the
them
best
all.
one of them all. I forgot
You
about Acuna.
the best player on, which is insane that he's the best player on a team that has Austin Riley, Matt Olson, and freaking Spencer Strider.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy
Like-
that Acuna is the best one out of all of those guys. He's as a Cardinals fan, he's probably my favorite player in the game.
We used to make fun of
Jose
Michael
Ramirez.
Harris.
Like star favorite, I like Jose Ramirez.
That's fair.
Wait, what? You said?
Like he said, favorite player in the game. Like if I'm like not taking random ass players I like into account, I think Jose Ramirez is probably my favorite like superstar.
I loved it. I used to love Nolan Arenado before he was a Cardinal.
here.
I used to love
Me
Charlie
too.
Blackmon too.
He can stay.
Yeah, he can stay.
He fits the build though.
Yeah, he
But
does.
no, the Braves. Did you see they brought back Jesse Chavez for like the
I saw it,
38th
yeah.
time?
Good. He got released by the White Sox, which is stupid. He was their best reliever.
Yeah.
And how do you get rid of whatever?
But
Kyle
which-
showed me that in class. Actually, he just looked at me. He just showed me his funny
Jesse
flash.
Chavez.
He's like, yeah, Jesse Chavez just signed with the Braves.
you talked
For the
about
fourth time.
relievers that carve out a career without ever being elite. Jesse Chavez
Yeah.
put like 15 years down and was never good. Except
Isn't he
last year.
41 now?
41, 42. Yeah, he's been around since like 2008. Never been good. He's a career of like 5. It's impressive.
board.
And I don't know why he got cut by the White Sox. They're really just trying to do everything they can to
I have no
be
idea
the worst
what
team
they're
ever.
doing. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense. But go White Sox.
Why do they still have? That's why I think they're going to trade.
Truly, I don't feel bad for them.
I'll take Eloy. I don't know where I would put him, but I like Eloy.
I like Eloy too.
No one was
Can we
like,
take Johan Moncada and try to fix him?
Somebody's gonna if they trade him, somebody's gonna fix him.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Orioles. Call the name.
Oh yeah,
that'd actually be a good one.
I like that.
Pete Alonso.
He could stay in New York.
Perfect transition.
He hates
okay,
Pete
that's-
I
Alonso.
hate Pete Alonso.
All right, that's good. All right, since we're transitioning there with Pete Alonso, we're gonna try something different on today's episode. Unless you guys have anything else to add.
No, I think we had
think
that
we're
was a good
good.
opening day season
All right.
recap. Yeah,
Finally, I can talk.
Yeah,
So-
it's been a minute. We love to talk down here.
So a lot of my favorite podcasts I watch, and a lot of these come from TikTok clips, do drafts. So in honor of opening day, and our new guest here, Caleb,
Hi,
probably
everybody.
gonna be a permanent staple here on the show. We're gonna do a draft of our least favorite professional
not
athletes.
against you.
What?
That's a hot take, not against you.
We're gonna do.
We're gonna do 2 drafts actually. This one we're gonna incorporate Caleb in since he's not much of a baseball guy. But we're gonna do our first draft will be our least favorite professional athletes.
How many rounds are we going here?
We can do
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5.
So if we do the rotation, should be 5.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
and a snake draft too.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we are going to spin this wheel that I lovelyly made before we started recording to see who gets the first pick. And with the first pick, drumroll please. Good God, this is spinning for a long freaking time.
Well, can't you adjust the second?
Lucas, you get the first pick.
Ooh, wait. Okay, which way are we going? Are we just gonna go this way after? Or?
We're just gonna keep spinning for who gets.
So I can just get all 5 in a row.
No, you get
Okay.
the first pick. You get the first overall pick. All right, the second pick. Hang on, I'm gonna spin until we get the order
okay.
right. The second pick is going to go to.
Watch it be me.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off actually if it is you.
I don't know who you're gonna pick. Usually I can.
Oh
kinda-
no, second pick goes to me. All right.
I don't even know who I'm gonna pick. to
I can
be
name
honest.
2, but I don't know if I'd have to think for the other.
Yeah,
3.
I'm looking.
Oh,
up,
I could
like-
easily do 10 probably. All right. So it goes Lucas, me, Josh, then Caleb.
Woo!
All right.
I'll take going last.
All right. So
I'm gonna
Lucas,
preface
let's
it.
get the most
Okay,
hated
I
athletes.
got
I'm gonna preface
Draft out of
this
the
with
way.
saying anybody I say, I madly respect them all. Like I love athletes.
I'm not gonna say that about my first 2.
My first
No.
is LeBron.
Or your most hated.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like LeBron, but I really respect LeBron. But I don't know.
Good basketball player.
Something about LeBron that he is
Kinda
a great
funny.
basketball
His
player.
social media is kind of funny. I
It's
don't
crazy
think
that
he needs to be
LeBron's
funny.
playing as good as he is, as old as he is.
He's gonna play with
But
his son in a couple years, which is kind of cool.
yeah, then
like
he gets
that.
to get out of the league.
Yeah.
But then we get to hear Bronny James or LeBron James Jr. forever.
Yeah.
And then it's
They'll
just
be
keep
LeBron.
going.
That's still one of my favorite tweets of all time. How like LeBron James Jr. is going to legally change his name to Bronny so people don't know who he is. It's like LeBron James Jr. Hey, who the fuck is that kid?
Wasn't it like he wasn't going to wear 23 because he wanted to start?
Yes, that's what it was. That's
who's
what it
LeBron
was.
Jr. guy. Like, I love that. It's a great tweet.
That and whenever the Washington Commanders changed their name to the Washington Football Team originally after being the Redskins, and LeBron's like, "Wow, this is so unreal. Like this is so unoriginal." And they literally retweeted that and they said, "Your son's name is LeBron James Jr."
LeBron's
Are you
pretty
gonna
funny
write the
on
list
social
somewhere?
media.
So we like keep track.
I'm writing my list on my phone
All right,
personally.
mine.
Yeah, me as well.
All right, so you took LeBron James with your first pick.
LeBron James.
Perfect, because like you said, you hate LeBron and you respect him. This is kind of how I feel about my first guy. Unfortunately, I have to admit that he's the greatest of all time, but it's Tom Brady.
Damn.
Tom Brady is my
That was going to be my second choice.
Tom Brady is my least favorite
I should've
professional
known.
athlete.
I should have known. Because you don't like Tom Brady.
I fucking
Do I
hate
get
Tom.
to go?
Fucking hate Tom Brady. Yep, you're next.
Pete Alonso.
Yeah, shocker there.
I have so many reasons.
saw that
so
coming.
the home run derby shit that he does, not the ability itself is impressive. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
the fucking meditating he does in the dugout. Grow up, cornball. It's batting practice. It's fucking batting practice. You're hitting a ball in batting practice.
Yeah.
Grow up.
And you know he didn't win last year only because
And he was like upset about it. Like,
didn't-
okay, loser.
well,
Like,
he didn't have the same pitcher. So that's
It's fucking batting
I'm
practice.
a big Pete Alonso fan.
So then you go and you bullshit he pulled against the Cardinals. Oh, the strong. I'm a big strong man. They don't know my temper. Fuck you. Like I know your temper.
By Stubby Clapp,
You got
bro.
taken down by a 5'4" guy, first base coach.
Hey there.
So then that whole bullshit goes on. Then the whole thing with Mason Wynn throwing the ball in the stand. He knew. He knew, like when he threw his first. He knew about that.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of respect for him when I read that.
And then
happened.
I think he had something against the
forgot about
Braves
that.
last year. I don't remember. I think it might have been Strider. He had a home run and he went to the dugout. I was like, "Oh, throw it again, throw it again." Like, fuck you, dude. Shut the fuck up. Like, fuck the polar bear. The fucking
Big Meat Pete.
Oh my god.
I think he secretly likes Pete Alonso, guys.
I hate Pete Alonso.
He's gonna be a Cardinal next year.
If he is, I'm not
If he
watching.
signs with the Cardinals, I am buying you a Pete Alonso Cardinals jersey for your birthday.
I hate Pete Alonso. All right, Caleb, rant
Who do you
over.
got? I know who you're gonna pick.
Who do you think I'm going to pick?
I think you're gonna pick Brad Marchand. But
You are definitely correct.
Yeah, Brad
That
Marchand.
motherfucking rat. I hate. It goes along with Josh with Pete Alonso. I fucking hate Brad Marchand. Slew-footing people, licking
people, biting people. Yeah,
It's
he's
like the
just a
Draymond
Yasiel.
Green of the NHL.
Yeah,
And it's just, really, dude, I get it. You're a great hockey player, and you're
is.
now the fucking captain. Act like the fucking captain
I agree.
of
there.
the big bad Boston Bruins.
This is the same idea, I think. This sounds
yeah,
the
y'all have
same to
some-
me.
Me and you're like, yeah, we respect him, but if
I don't respect
him-
anything
I
about
respect
Pete
Tom Brady, but fuck Tom Brady.
I respect his playing style. It's just the little shit like that. It's like, really?
Which he's gotten a little better lately, but it's not.
Caleb, you get back-to-back picks. Snake
Get
draft.
back to back.
Yep,
Oh,
it's a snake draft. Yep.
Oh fuck!
So then it goes
Well,
Caleb,
one's
Josh,
gonna-
me, then Lucas, then Lucas.
Yay
yeah.
me! No one's gonna
for
pick
me.
mine for my
Leave him
second.
for me.
I have a feeling.
Leave him for me.
I have a feeling that my second one's gonna get taken. by
My
Hope it's
second
not.
one, Caleb's the only one that can get it.
And I'm going to steal it. It's
No,
Danny
you better not. You better not, because I have to think of another one then.
It's Danny Hamlin.
Dude's a douchebag. I don't hate too many
That
NASCAR
hamster.
drivers, but there's the one that pisses me off.
I just beat your favorite driver.
When I'm in the stand, I travel 9 hours. I see my least favorite driver win. He gets out. I just beat your favorite driver. Fuck you,
off.
dude. I sat through the rain. I drove 9 hours. It's dark. I'm cold.
So wait,
and
is
I'm
this
tired.
Josh's pick or what
It's
are we?
Caleb's pick,
Caleb's
but
pick.
I share the sentiment.
Okay.
He's a. I'm not gonna. He's a douchebag.
Yes.
I hate
Yep.
him.
I had to throw in one NASCAR.
He walked past me at Kansas one year. I was taking pictures. I don't heckle people. I wanted to tell him to go fuck himself. Like,
You
go
should've.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Rant over.
Honestly.
He's
All right.
a
All right, well, now
motherfucking
Josh.
douchebag.
Josh, who's your?
Well, I was gonna pick Denny Hamlin. I'll go Alex Bregman.
Okay, I almost had a heart attack because I thought you were gonna take mine for a quick second.
It's not like the Alonso hate. I just don't like Alex.
Isn't
Bregman.
he out for opening day?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I just don't think he's that great. I don't know.
You know, I felt the same way about him. I don't think he's all that great.
Like,
either.
I don't know. He's
a free
overhyped.
agent, right? At the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Is
I
that
think
dynasty finally going to get broken up, or the
hope so.
Astros going to?
Yeah. I think he was the guy that benefited most from the cheating scandal. If I remember.
If you look at
correctly.
if you look at the home and away splits, I think he
Like, he's
was.
just
It was
not
like
that-
between him and Correa for the.
and he was
who
one of the
benefited
ones that was most vocal about not wanting to apologize and shit. Like, I just don't. like
I remember
him.
that.
I just
Like,
don't like him.
Someone asked me why like I hated them so much. And was like this kind of stems with Tom
Arrogant.
Brady because like their apology was more of a fuck you, we got away with it.
Yeah.
And
What
with
are you gonna
the-
do about it? Yeah.
That's actually gonna like lead into my number 2 guy, Alex Rodriguez. And the reason that I hate Tom Brady and A-Rod so much is because
They beat your favorite driver.
no. So like
That made me so mad.
they have done so many things like on the field and off of it to like draw hate, but then like the second they retire, they try to just like reinvent themselves. Like A-Rod with A-Rod's whole like
Broadcasting.
his broadcasting
Bad at it.
and they both didn't think that the rules applied to them.
Yeah, no.
Especially Brady whenever he did the deflate gate. And then like so many guys came out in defense of him and he deletes all the fucking evidence from his phone, like destroyed his phone
Yeah.
for all that.
Which that's a crime in itself.
Minutes of guilt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tampering
And
with evidence.
And another thing that annoys me with both of them, like they have to find some way to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like didn't A-Rod like sign an extension during the World Series?
I think so.
And then Tom Brady takes out an ad in the Super Bowl to announce that he's gonna return. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. Like, quit having to be so fucking egotistical. Damn.
He's gonna drop something. I see it on his face. He's
Yeah,
gonna drop the
no,
craziest
not
thing
really.
we've heard today.
My second is Ron Artest.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, yeah, that's a basketball player.
I mean, you fucking punch some fan in the face and then you change your name to Meta World Peace. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's him.
Yeah.
that's the
Okay,
same
that's
guy.
all you had to say.
That's
Is
the
Meta
same
World
guy.
Peace.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Is he a
Ron
criminal
Artest.
overseas or some shit? Wanted?
He's probably.
I've heard he's a lunatic.
He's awful,
I
but
think North Korea really likes him.
That's Dennis Rodman.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you're thinking of Dennis Rodman.
like, dude, it's like, dude, you punch a fan in the face. That's crazy. And
It's
then you go
crazy.
change your name to Meta,
Meta
World, Peace.
So you get back to back.
Yeah, I'm going Michael Vick.
Okay.
For
All
my
right, that's
third.
valid. I don't even think you.
And we don't need to talk about why I hate Michael Vick.
My
Everybody-
top 3, my third one is still available.
Everybody knows why I hate
So
Michael
is
Vick.
mine. I think it might be a hot take, but I don't
All right. Barry Bonds for me.
I was gonna fucking
Barry
pick him.
Bonds is my third.
Okay.
Damn, I knew I should have over Michael Vick.
Here's a reason for the longest time he was number 3 or was number 1 for me, but like the thing about Bonds, like he was a dick. He knows he's a dick and he doesn't try to hide the fact that he's a dick. Whereas Brady and Rodriguez do stuff to like try and reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why Bonds gets the 3 spot for me.
So my 3 is much the same reason you were talking about with A-Rod and Tom Brady, that they always have to be in the spotlight. I feel the same way about this guy. Has nothing to do with his beliefs, but Aaron Rodgers. I
Okay.
feel like
I
he
can
always
see that.
has to have something
Yeah.
to say. Shut the fuck up, dude. Play football.
Remember when he went on his like?
Now he's like running for vice president with the Kennedy. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of want him to do it because I kind of want to vote for him just because,
Is it
just to
A-Rod?
have Aaron Rodgers as our vice
I mean, it's like, I don't care about what he says necessarily, but it's like, why does he always have to have the opinion on it? Like shit happens and we go to Aaron Rodgers for his thoughts. It's like, why? Like, I don't know. I just get tired of hearing about Aaron Rodgers. Caleb?
fair enough.
Marco Scandella.
Hockey. I've heard of that one.
I
Ooh.
He's
can't.
on the Blues, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
Actively or?
yes.
I saw him
That's
play a
why
little
I've
bit
heard
the
of
other
him.
night.
Okay.
I can't stand Marco Scandella. It was one of the worst trades in Blues history, in recent Blues history. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I'm sure he can play defense elsewhere. But come on, I hate Marco Scandella. Come on, Army, trade the motherfucker.
I'm surprised we didn't trade him at the deadline.
I am too.
You get 2?
Get
Oh
two.
yeah, you get back to back. Wonder how many hockey we're gonna have here.
I think we can go the full 10 round. I think we can go 10 rounds.
Ooh,
I
I'm
don't think
struggling,
I
I'm
could
struggling with my
more than
last 2. I'm struggling with my
I'm
last
struggling
two.
with my
I got
last
one.
two.
My last one's kind
All
of.
right, this is going to be a hot take.
Ooh.
Jordan Bennington.
Really?
What?
I would not have expected. I don't know
love
much
Benner.
about hockey, but I would not have expected.
Here's
you to
the,
say
here,
that.
I love Benner.
Here.
From an,
I love Benner too. I love the way he plays. It's just his hot head emotions.
That's-
Yes,
yeah.
it's great in some games,
That's fair.
but like when you just do it like constantly and do it, it's like, come on,
could
dude,
see
just play
that.
your position. Yes, I know you're the only player on the team that's actually showing emotion, But
Too much emotion can be a bad thing, though.
it's just like
I see that.
throwing a water bottle at Nazem Kadri.
Waddle.
That I completely understand.
What's like, yeah, but like when he went in the Sharks game a couple years ago and like swung his stick at some dude's face,
It's
like you
that
can't
was
do that.
totally uncalled
And it
for.
makes us look awful because like we have to support Jordan Bennington because he's here for the next 4 years. But
I mean, I love Benner. It's just his emotions when he's like,
and Ferrario talked about that when he was here about
Yeah, he
Bennington's
did.
emotions and like how it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing at the same
it
time.
hurts.
Yeah.
so that's the hot take. It's Jordan Bennington. Love Benner. Love how he plays.
Yeah,
It's just his emotions. It's good, but it's bad.
So my 4 is Anthony Rendon.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
Comes
good one.
along the lines of shut the fuck up and play baseball.
That's a good one.
I
like-
didn't even think about Anthony.
Didn't he say
Rendon.
no hablo inglés to a question during
Yeah.
that fucking
he did.
interview?
Yeah,
He did that. He almost punched an A's fan, which
he
that's a
grabbed him by the.
Yeah, I saw that.
Otani
yeah.
or someone.
That was
had to
last year,
pull him
wasn't
away.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole. I don't fault him for like the faith and family come before baseball thing.
Well,
It
yeah.
sounds bad out of context, especially with how all the other shit he says. I don't fault that. But the same day he went on a podcast and was like, I wouldn't wish this life upon anybody. I hope my kids don't do this. Like, dude, you're getting paid gobs of money.
Yeah,
To do
isn't he the
nothing.
highest paid third baseman? Almost like still,
And he
Yeah,
doesn't even
something like
play.
he used to be the third highest paid MLB player.
And that's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So what a tough life.
Man,
you sit on your ass, don't play, and
the
you get paid a
Angels,
shit ton of
yeah.
money. Yeah, I can't stand him. Yeah, can't stand him.
All right. My number 4. Man, I don't think my number 4 is actually gonna get taken. So I'm gonna switch up with my original number 4, and I'm gonna go with Karl Malone.
Ugh.
Didn't he touch kids?
He has like 5 or 6 kids.
Yes. Wait.
2 of them he claims. One of them he gives child support to. One of them, when he was 19, he was either 19 or 20. He got his 13-year-old neighbor pregnant.
Okay, so that was who I was thinking of. Okay.
Refused to accept responsibility
And
for the
didn't-
child
He wore
until
number 13 too, right?
No, he wore 32.
Okay, who wore 13? Was that Moses Malone? I get them confused. One of them wore.
I think Moses wore 13.
yeah, but
Yeah, like he
Shitty.
got a
movie.
13-year-old pregnant, refused to accept responsibility until a blood test was taken, then fought in court for how much money he should pay for child support.
That's not the only thing
Somehow
he should be
got it
fighting
to
for.
like $150 a week, and then even after he got that, he barely paid his child supports, and the only reason the family didn't want him arrested was because he couldn't pay child support from behind bars. Fuck Karl Malone. He's a royal piece of shit of a person, and I
Yeah.
hope
Yeah.
I hope he rots in hell.
That's a valid one. Double?
I get my last 2 here. You sparked my memory on one talking about Karl Malone, so that's why I'm picking
Wander Franco.
Felipe Vasquez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I remember being really mad when that happened because do you remember what he said?
About
it didn't fit.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
What?
Yeah, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
How it just didn't fit
Yeah.
inside of a whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My 5th is Niger Morgan.
Ooh,
Damn
that's
it.
valid. That's valid.
Because-
were you gonna
Damn
pick
it!
Niger
No, I
Morgan?
forgot about
Okay.
that actually.
Niger Morgan
That was a good
is
one, but I
just
forgot about it.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is a bad. Yeah, I agree.
My 4th one is my 5th one's actually still alive. Javier Baez.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, I don't like
pretty
Javi at
swing.
all.
He got so
When it's right, which it
I
hasn't
can't
been
think
ever.
of a current baseball player who got more praise for doing less. Like with the exception of his 2018 season, he was never an elite hitter.
No.
I have seen high schoolers who don't even go on to play JUCO who have better plate discipline than him.
His
His
bad.
plate discipline's awful. He swings
his-
at everything.
and
He's like
his
me playing
defense-
MLB The Show,
he
to be
gets
honest.
He got so hyped up for his swipe tag. He got so hyped up for running from his inside the park home run and just the flashy plays. But like if you sit down and watch him play and you look at his numbers, he's not that good.
Well, you have to understand, too, with Javier Baez, the simple plays from shortstop, he messes up.
Yes.
It's those diving plays that he does that are good. You have to be so out of position to have those diving plays happen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those, unless it's directly up the middle, a lot of those diving plays you need to be in position for. But like you see those videos all the time, like those basic ground balls that he just throws away out of nowhere. And it's like, Javier Baez is not good. And the same with Chris Bryant. Both of them are not good, and they were very overrated because the Cubs won the World Series. And I don't know. I just don't like the Cubs.
So Sorry, I was dealing with something else.
Yeah, all good. Number 5 for you.
I was gonna say Chris Coughlin because he jumped over. That was Matt Bowman on the mound, ended a scoreless
So
streak.
sick though.
So,
so
but
sick.
that's niche. Taylor Motter.
You have a jersey. You have a jersey.
I hate bought that jersey.
You have a jersey.
I
that's so
hate
funny.
bought that jersey.
That is
I also have a
$50.
locker plate of his, by the way, and I bought a signed ball for $5. So I went to all hate buying.
Speaking of
Taylor
that, somebody
Motter.
the Cardinals grab bag stuff they
Yeah.
do during the games. Somebody won a Taylor Motter signed ball, and they look so
I'd
disappointed.
throw that shit on the field. Have it back,
They
motherfucker.
look so. Somebody won a
You-
Paul DeYoung signed ball too. And they were so disappointed.
If you want, I can like
Sorry,
help-
Emily,
Watch
but-
out.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want, I can like help devalue that ball and put my own signature on it.
I think it might value it more.
Honestly, the
I
last
think you
name
might have overpaid if you said you bought $5 for a Taylor Motter
I
autographed
spent
baseball.
20 on the locker plate, 5 on the ball, and 50 on the jersey because it's like it all goes to
You
charity.
spent $80 on Taylor
Well,
Motter.
I don't know because it all goes to a good place.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
mean-
all right, I want to spend money, but they didn't have anything of interest. I'm like, I'm gonna hate buy Taylor Motter shit.
So does
I did.
Pie Fine. You didn't spend money for that.
I don't have cash on me.
We accept Venmo too.
No one said that.
oh,
didn't
I
know that.
forgot. that
Everyone
they
keeps
do
saying
that.
we all said that.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh.
Because we
There-
had.
To be fair, there's a lot going on, but
Yeah, we
anyways,
had-
that's-
Okay,
Yeah.
Caleb, number
That's all the
5.
conversations.
Yep.
So
Caleb.
mine's actually a toss-up between 4 players.
Oh,
God.
well, might as well just name them all. Honorable mentions first, and then you say
Yeah,
your
let's
number
go-
5.
yeah,
Honorable mention: Sidney Crosby.
I thought you might pick him. I love Sidney Crosby.
He's just a crybaby.
He is.
He's such a crybaby.
Yeah, which is why I picked LeBron first,
fair.
because he's a crybaby. LaFlop.
Another honorable mention: Jake Allen. That
Oh, I know him. He was the Blues goalie
Yes,
before
I
being
remember.
was.
I haven't
He's
thought
on-
of that
he's
name
on
in
the Devils
years.
now.
Holy shit.
he
He just got
cannot
traded.
stop a beach ball.
No, he's Swiss cheese. That's what I used to call him. Holes everywhere.
everywhere.
So
Yeah.
the other 2 can go either way, but I'm going to put Torrey Krug as the last honorable mention.
Ooh, I
That was
don't.
the last honorable mention. Okay.
Torrey Krug's he has really good games, and then he has really, really, really awful games. There's no in between. Like Krug broke the record this year, 5 assists in a game by a Blues defenseman.
Woohoo! Can we get Alex Petrangelo back?
Yeah, honestly.
We let him walk.
Oh, it was
signed
over
Krug.
$100,000 and a no trade clause. That's the reason he. Okay, well, who's your actual number 5?
Jordan Cairo. We are paying him $8 million,
Yeah,
and he's not showing up. Yes, he's had 2 hat tricks this season, but that's when he decides to actually show up. But we are seriously paying a guy $8 million, same length as Robert Thomas,
yep.
and he is not showing up every game. And he's still playing on the first line. Thank God, interim Blues head coach Drew Bannister finally woke up and put him on the second line and move. Jakey Neighbors, love that guy.
Yeah.
Robert Thomas and Braden Shen on the first
Dude,
line.
Jake Neighbors has been in the league for 3 years, and he's still only 21 or 22.
It's crazy.
I love Jake Neighbors.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
You went to that Blues game, and it sucked because there wasn't a lot of offense, and Sod scored with 4 minutes left, and then it was exciting then.
It was an exciting game. Like me and my buddy Smokes, we both said like it was fun until it wasn't. It kept
Yeah.
me on the edge of my seat, but like we also agreed like on that ride back, fucking Vegas got so lucky because there should have been
Yes.
4 goals scored just in that third period alone.
Yeah, yeah.
And it made it worse because like every time on the third period, like we were hindered by like the glass from the penalty box, like that's where our seats were. So every time they got to the Vegas
about to
zone,
leave.
we couldn't really like tell what was going on.
Yeah, because you were like down near the glass, right?
Yeah, we were
It's
like
always
section
hard to
118.
tell.
But like the people in the back would always stand up, so we would stand up and get excited, but we didn't hear the horn, so we're just like, oh. It's like by the time they finally did score, it was Boy Who Cried Wolf, and like we were all so delayed by our reaction. It was funny.
This is your first Blues game in 10 years, right?
Yeah, the last Blues game I had went to was it was like
Bacchus, Oshie.
Bacchus, Ocean
Perron
Steam,
his
back in
first stint.
2014. Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, what a time.
I love that Blues team.
Before I joined my fraternity, not many of my friends were Blues fans, so like I didn't have opportunities to like go to a lot of games, and both of the games I've been to actually been free.
I'm actually going to my 6th Blues game of the season on Saturday against the Trash Sharks.
Yeah.
Excited about that. But yeah, Jordan Cairo, show up. You are non-existent as you were.
Anybody else have any honorable mentions that they want to say?
I don't. Can I like change the
Cosma.
topic for 1 second? Because I'm angry at ESPN.
Pete Cosma.
I love Pete Cosma.
He was
Hated
terrible.
Pete
I hated it. He was
Pete Cosma,
terrible.
Daniel Scouser. He was
Awful.
terrible, but like you remember them.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I don't remember Taylor Motter.
ESPN just put out an article. It was from some senior writer. It was at 8 a.m. this morning, but I just got the notification about it.
Who wrote? Does it say? Or does it say senior
No,
writer?
it just says ESPN senior writer.
Oh.
Shohei Ohtani stands alone in spotlight amid gambling scandal, and then the headline before I clicked on it was he's walking into Dodger Stadium on opening day alone for the first time. And I'm like,
He's got $700
just because he
million
doesn't
now.
have an interpreter with him doesn't mean he's alone and he
Yeah.
doesn't know what he doesn't know what he's doing.
But he's been in the league for like what? Almost
6 years.
It's crazy how fast time's going.
So I don't know if you're
Yeah.
going to cut it off since it's 3 o'clock, but I am curious what you guys think about Otani. Unless you want to.
Oh yeah, do you care at
Yeah,
all, or do
it's
you want to
up-
just
yeah.
keep going?
We can keep going. We can
Okay.
keep going.
Because I don't know. I can't gauge if it's a hot take or not, but I don't really see. Obviously, he paid off debts, and that's concerning. But the guy, his translator lied about where he went to college.
Yeah, did you see
Yeah.
that?
My
I did
whole
see
thing
that.
is it's very possible that he lied about where the money was going to. Like he could have said it was
Yeah.
for a down payment on a house or something. I mean, there's a good chance he didn't tell him it was gambling debts.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just don't think he's.
Do you think Otani? Do you guys think Otani's innocent?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, it's
I
like
don't know enough to care.
If
So
Ohtani was giving him money, fine, whatever.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
But
there's a good chance he didn't. He asked for money and didn't say.
why
where it was
would
going.
he? Why would Ohtani not say that?
Yeah.
He said, he was stealing from me and I'm hurt.
And to me, that sounds like something where a PR stepped in without knowing anything and
Yeah.
told him what
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance he didn't do anything.
But then he ducked the question of how did you not know $500,000 was being stolen from your account multiple times? Because they said it was anywhere from the realm of $7 million to 27 million.
But
Yeah.
also, like, it's not illegal to gamble in other sports in baseball. You get fined.
Yeah, but
So as long as it wasn't baseball, it's really a non-issue.
Another thing
It's
like
just
kind of makes me
grand.
think that
and it's also his interpreter at the end of the day. So it's like, why do we really care?
Yeah. Another thing too is like this was brought up on the podcast I was on yesterday, the Out of Bounds podcast, but like Ohtani doesn't seem like he's struggling for money. He
No.
literally deferred 68 of the $70 million salary that he has. I don't think he would defer that money if he was struggling for it.
or needed it to gamble.
Well, he makes
Yeah.
more money in a year off his endorsements.
Yeah.
Right,
than
like
his
he
actual
could probably
contract.
live off his endorsements alone.
Yeah.
So because like if you take into consideration his endorsements,
Was it
and
like
his
Under Armour or
salary-
something that just like changed the logo? They had like their
Yeah.
own Ohtani Under Armour logo.
I did not know that.
I saw somebody say that this is going to be a gambling scandal that goes back to the Angels and Mike Trout, and it's like you're blowing this
No.
way out of
I
proportion.
think it's exactly what it seems like.
The
it
guy
is.
stole money.
The guy
Yeah.
stole money. Do I think Ohtani knew? Realistically, yeah. But
There's a good chance
how do
he-
you not
that he
know
knew
that
the money
millions
was-
of dollars is taken out of your
But
account?
again,
but there's a
it's
chance
not
he didn't know where it was going.
Fair.
yes,
That's
but
fair.
there's not. Again, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, because
I mean, if he was stealing money, yes, it's a big deal.
I'm sure there's other players that have the three Rays minor leaguers have questionable financials. Nobody's breaking them down.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get to explain that. Did you look that up?
No.
So they had a friend that knew that Jack in the Box was going to buy Del Taco. So they sold $58,000 worth of Del Taco stock each.
do they have free Shavakadu?
Not anymore. Now they're going to jail for 20 years.
Oh damn!
And it's always Rays minor leaguers,
yeah,
man.
3 of them. It's crazy.
Hey,
But
thanks, Ava.
which says that they need to pay minor leaguers more. They wouldn't be doing that if they weren't hurting for money.
I'm one thing I will say. I'm glad they finally are providing housing
Yeah,
for
I am
minor
too,
leaguers.
yeah.
That's something that they needed to do 15 years ago because you would hear stories of 8 minor leaguers living together and they couldn't even afford to pay rent.
yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
No,
That's
but
awful.
With Ohtani, I think if he was still in the Angels, this is a non-story. He went to the Dodgers. Now he's like the most hated guy in baseball. Like everybody loved this guy this time last year. Now all of a sudden he's some sadness.
I don't hate him, but like I just hate the fact that he
Dodger.
went to a team that's now fail-proof almost.
Yeah, I get
paper.
that. I like Ohtani. He's one
And
of my
the
favorite
problem with the
players.
Dodgers too is, guess what? If they get injured, it doesn't matter because
have
they
somebody
just have,
else.
Their AAA team, their AA team could probably beat the A's. So like,
Lots of teams can.
I mean, it's
The Lucky Horseshoes could. The Woodland Lions could. Well.
They'd make it competitive for a couple innings.
So they
score a
brought
bunch of the ninth.
What's that guy's name that they can't fucking throw strikes? Jet
Jackson.
Yeah, they brought him in.
Shout out the Lima
mustache.
baseball team. If Chase, if you're listening,
No offense.
we
They're not.
come back.
You want to know what
They're
the
not.
most overrated team is?
Huh.
The Vegas Golden Knights.
They've been really bad. ever
I'm
since.
so happy Nashville beat them. Never thought I would say thank you, Trashville.
Dude,
Go
Thank
Wild.
you, Nashville.
And Nashville's a great
Nashville-
city. Come
We're
on.
back. Oh, I just struck a
you
nerve.
say go wild?
I did.
What the hell? That's weird. Anyway,
Actually, I would say I will root for the Wild in some cases.
I have a good friend that's a Wild fan. So.
I do too.
yeah,
same one.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks for them.
She's passionate.
I'm
She's
just
a
happy.
credentialed photogographer of the Minnesota Wild. So
That's insane.
Wow.
good for her.
Nice.
I found out.
Good
last
for
night.
her.
Yeah, I found out that last night. Good for
Good
her.
for her.
Yeah, good to
She
watch
deserves it.
mediocrity.
We watched the St. Louis
Yeah, we
Cardinals,
do.
and
That's
I'm an
fair,
Alex
yeah.
Bowman fan.
And a Matt Bowman fan. I mean,
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't
not even
he didn't make
mediocrity.
the
He's not even on the
roster.
league.
I have a little thing called an L that we beat the Wild in our series 3-1. So, just like in the playoffs, bringing up to what 2016 memories, 2017
Something like that, yeah.
Hockey.
hockey playoffs, man.
Oh, what was the other list we were gonna do?
Starting
Well, we're
rotation.
kind of running out of time for that. So, I mean, do we want to do that next week?
We can do that
Yeah,
next week.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to
fine.
apologize for that, for lying to you guys, false advertisement. So,
I mean, we talk forever. So
We really did talk
We
forever,
could
but-
do 2 baseball episodes next week if we want,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
or we
And
can
one
just
of those.
shove it all into one because my birthday's next week and
Woohoo!
next Wednesday we're gonna do a show.
Yeah. I'll buy cupcakes.
Yeah,
I'll buy a
That's
stripper.
fine. Mail
How
one.
old are you gonna be?
huh?
How old are you gonna be?
22.
I don't know about
You're in
you,
your
but
Taylor
I'm feeling.
Swift year.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Damn it!
I know how many times I've been told that this year.
I know about you.
I'm gonna just end the recording.
All right, well, hey, appreciate those of you who have appreciate those of you who tuned
done.
in. Appreciate those of you who tuned in. Hope to you guys tune back in next time. But for now, we'll see you later.